Hello everyone, and now welcome to game number 2 between Fly and Tho. This time we're going to be focusing on Tho on the bottom left hand side of the map, as he spawns as the orange human. Meanwhile, Fly will be spawning as the purple orc. This is Secret Valley, and a map that I'm not surprised to see. Blade Master and Orc generally like Secret Valley because of those fountains of health in the corner of the map. High armor units, high hit point units generally do a little bit better on a map like this, so there is a definite favorable matchup compared to humans who have low hit point units and rather low armor values as well. Alright, let's go ahead and slow things down to that single speed as the Archmage already coming out, attempting to take down the Null Assassin. Militia going to be able to clear that out pretty quickly as the Blade Master, no, not the Blade Master, Farseer comes out to do a bit of harassing. Alright, Farseer, a hero that we don't see very often. Technically, I believe the Farseer is a shaman, but the shaman that rides on a giant wolf and summons more wolves, how awesome is that? Alright, let's get some damage in right there. You can see that range damage is very, very effective, but the damage, or rather the speed on that Farseer is a little bit slower than the remaining units. Meanwhile, the wolves are now just going to be coming inside here, going after this line and attempting to take down, yes, does get one peasant, and if he can actually micro and get another peasant, that would be huge. There goes another peasant there, and then the resummon to deny experience. Fly with a very, very unconventional opening here. Yes, the Farseer is rather normal of a hero back in the Reign of Chaos day, but that is not something you see very often now. However, one wolf was taken down, and unfortunately that was the wolf that broke the Archmage into level 2, granting Brilliance Aura, a little bit more mana, a little bit more hit points, and a whole lot more trouble, as this one Feral Spirit will get resummoned and now back over here. Now, the Farseer is getting relatively low on mana, but what he is doing is that he is forcing the Archmage to stay inside the base. What is that going to mean? Well, it could mean a number of things. One of those things may actually be a transition into Wind Riders. I'm not 100% sure about this. I can't say for certain at all, but we do know that we are not going to be getting level 2 Water Elementals anytime soon. Archmage, what is going on over here? Farseer now going to be heading back, going to use that Fountain of Health as a little bit of regeneration. As you can see that the Farseer may end up aggroing those creeps in just a moment. Is he going to aggro those creeps? Yes, he does, and now those units are going to be taking more damage than the Farseer actually took, as we can see that the Footmen and the remaining units are now trying to do a little bit of a fight here. One Grunt also down over here as well. Farseer are going to be swinging back around. Archmage taking a bit of damage pretty easily. Actually, not taking any damage at all, surprisingly, I got to admit, as the Footmen were able to clear out this Fountain of Health. So Fly, who is normally in the better situation here, Farseer now going after the Footmen, and the Footman looks like it will get taken down. There it goes. And that's one Footman and only one Footman there, as the Wolves and the Grunts are perhaps going to try and go after those few remaining units. Alright, Wolves going after the Archmage. However, the Wolf is going to get taken down. The experience was still given, as the Farseer now needs to run for the hills once more, down to 65 hit points and in a little bit of trouble. Archmage now coming through here, going to go ahead and take down the Null Brutes. There they go. And now Archmage will not get to level 2 unless perhaps this Grunt gets taken down. Archmage gets the last bit of experience, as the Grunt now needs to get away. Alright, Farseer Tauren Chieftain. This is definitely a Reign of Chaos build, as we are now looking at Bestiary now training out double Bestiary. You are not going to be getting Spirit Link. Surprisingly, no Spirit Link. And this is going to be one of those big questions. What is the follow-up going to be? Blood Mage now being chosen by the human player, and I am not quite sure what we are going to be doing with Blood Mage as opposed to, say, a Mountain King or even a Paladin. Blood Mage can siphon mana, Flame Strike, Banish, and all three of those abilities don't really seem that powerful or that useful just quite yet. Archmage looking to get to level 3, should be able to get there after clearing up of the last 2 level 1 creeps here. Only needs 21 more experience. There you go, with 12 experience to spare. Tauren Chieftain now comes in. Is he going to perhaps get in a good stomp? Nope, a Shockwave now comes through as the Tauren Chieftain. Shockwave, Chainwave. Chainwave is going to be the abilities of choice. Siphon mana, though, so the Tauren Chieftain does need to back off, but this is not something you see very, very often. All right, we could be looking at another Siphon mana. I could have seen that from a mile away. Tauren Chieftain pretty much out of mana there. There is the Ensnare. There goes a Raider as the Potion of Healing was transferred to that Archmage. All right, triple Water Elementals and Ensnare once more back onto another Footman there. Grunt could get taken out. Yeah, triple Water Elementals pretty much taking down a unit once more. And perhaps, no, we are not going into Fortress. We are not going to get an Orb of Lightning. But that would be perhaps the perfect item to use at this stage in the game. All right, Farseer trying to chase. Farseer only sitting at level 1. Archmage sitting at level 3. No, don't have to be a math major to figure out who has the advantage in terms of levels. But this could turn into a rather strange fight. All right, there's some more Siphon mana. Again, Farseer pretty much out of mana, now up to level 2. Are we going to see some way to get some additional mana onto these heroes? That's going to be the big question. As we can see, the Wolves are getting taken down. Another Footman getting taken out there as Slow now being cast across multiple units here. Speed Scroll now being used in order to get the heck out of a bad situation. They're going to head back off to the north. Is there a Red Drake there? Yes, there is. But with the 4 Raiders, those Raiders should in fact be able to just ensnare it, take it down, and pretty much be able to heal back up to full with absolutely no problems. All right, Tauren Chieftain, however, going to be low on mana. Farseer are going to continue to be low on mana as well, as we're looking at Tho taking this opportunity to clear out a relatively difficult creep camp. Blood Mage, it was, I guess, the counter action to possible Chain Wave. And if you can deny mana on that Tauren Chieftain, the Chain Wave, Chain Lightning, and Shockwave combined together for your primary and second hero really, really falls off. All right, Ogre Lord constantly getting healed. For some reason, not getting focused down. Legion of Doomhorn finally dropped there. A lot more damage being absorbed than you would have liked to have seen as the Blood Mage now out of mana. Or sorry, well, Blood Mage now unable to siphon any more mana as the Forest Troll High Priest got down to 0. Now, Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 2. Farseer is sitting at level 2 as well. Tome of Strength looks like it will be picked up by the Farseer. He wants every bit of health on that Farseer to stay alive. Archmage is sitting at 3. And that creep camp just felt like it took a lot longer to take out than you would have normally expected. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and engage on this fight. Are we going to see an ensnare on some units? Oh, there's an ensnare on the Spellbreakers. The Spellbreakers, however, quickly get some slow onto the Wolves. And there goes another Wolf there. All right, Raider now looking to back off. No armor upgrades at all. You can see sitting at 49 over 50 compared to 41 over 48. Yeah, the Orc army is significantly larger, but there is only all Raiders, and this is pretty much an all-Raider army. All right, good time to be in Oakland right now, as all of the Raiders are just quickly going to be rushing in and going straight after the casters. Oh my goodness, a beautiful shockwave across a line of Sorceress and Priests here, and I think this strategy just came out of left field as Fly, it looks like he's going to be able to take down all the casters and then perhaps be able to push back the other way. Scroll of Protection right there working out in favor. As you can see, oh, no, that one unit fell as we are now looking to finish off the remaining units. All right, caster after caster has fallen. It looks like this guy is going to get taken down as the remaining units now need to run away. No speed scroll, and I think that is going to be a problem. Without the speed scroll, the Raiders just cannot get away. Yes, all the Sorceress are dead, but not before you ended up losing a lot of your other units. All right, we're going to go ahead and try and engage here. You can see that the Fountain of Health Raider is going to be healing up pretty quickly here. However, now taken down. All right, let's go ahead. Water Elemental Drake trying to engage. Farseer may have to use a Scroll of Town Portal. There you go. There's that Scroll of Town Portal that I expected a lot sooner. Not quite sure why it took so late, but it really looks like Fly ended up losing a bit more ground than his opponent. 43 over 48 now compared to 46 over 60. All right, Tauren Chieftain nearly level 3, also using a Clarity Potion, also has a Potion of Mana in order to get one more Shockwave off. Meanwhile, the Blood Mage is out. I have not seen Banish or Flame Strike yet, so I don't even know what the next ability is going to be. Oh, there's the Flame Strike. All the units getting ensnared into a very, very bad spot. Raiders now need to back off. Flame Strike dealing more than 4 damage to all those units on the field as those units are now backing off. All right, Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 2. Good, get to level 3. There it is. And with level 3, Shockwave, Chainwave does become a little bit more prominent as it will shut down many of those casters. The problem now is that there is a heavy transition from casters to anti-casters in these Spellbreakers. Without Tauren Chieftain, or without Tauren to really fight back and really destroy those Spellbreakers, I'm not quite sure what can be done. The Raiders do not fare well against the Spellbreakers since it is that medium damage there. Orc Burrow repairing now underway. Flame Strike, no, not happening here. You can see Spirit Walkers are right there. Here's a couple of ensnares going after the weakest link first. There's a Disenchant. There's a Shockwave hitting across multiple units. Siphon mana onto the Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain now down to sub 100 mana. Needs to figure out a way to break it. And you're going to see perhaps a Flame Strike here in just a second. There's a Shockwave. Not really hitting very much of anything, as the Spellbreaker is able to just stand on that Flame Strike damage and not really care. Backing off, the Tauren Chieftain now needs to figure out how to get back into this fight and win this. You can see that the Peons are joining in on this fight. Flame Strike now coming through as well, as the Tauren Chieftain down to 290 hit points does not fare well. It looks like Fly may end up losing this game as well, unless a miraculous turnaround does happen. Supply 37 over 60 compared to 50 over 54, and Fly looks like he is going to end up giving the GG here in just a moment. There's a Flame Strike, level 2 Flame Strike dealing so much damage. There goes one Orc Burrow. Another Orc Burrow is going to fall, and that is also going to continue to give more and more experience. If you guys didn't know, Orc Burrows do in fact give a bit of experience, as we now see a fight going back the other way. Is this the miraculous turnaround? I do not think so. Tauren Chieftain trying to walk to the shop, even though he is pretty much out of position, and I believe there is the GG. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game number 2. Stay tuned for game number 3.